Listen to me. You can't stop now. You've come too far to quit in the middle of the miracle. See, most people quit right before the breakthrough. They can't see it yet, but they're inches away from the promise, seconds away from the shift, moments away from the door opening, and they walk away. Why? Because pain shows up, and they think pain means it's over. Let me tell you something. Pain doesn't mean it's over. Pain means you're being tested. Pain is proof that you're still in the game. When it hurts the most, that's when the miracle is the closest. You've got to dig deeper. You've got to push when your body says no. You've got to move when your mind screams quit. That's where strength is built. That's where destiny is formed. You're praying for a miracle, but miracles don't show up in comfort. They show up in conflict. You say you want success. You say you want to change your life. Then don't you dare walk away just because it's hard. Hard is where greatness hides. Listen, it's easy to believe when everything is going right. But when life hits you, when doors slam in your face, when people doubt you, that's when you find out what you're really made of. That's when you decide, am I going to fold or am I going to fight? You can't give up in the middle of the process because the middle is the mess that makes the miracle. The middle is where character is built. The middle is where faith is proven. You're not losing, you're learning. You're not stuck, you're being stretched. And if you can just hold on a little longer, if you can just keep grinding when nobody's watching, if you can keep showing up when it hurts, everything changes. So don't you dare give up in the middle of the miracle. You're not done yet. You're not finished yet. You've got too much purpose, too much destiny, too much fire in you to quit now. You're being tested because you're trusted. You're in the middle because something powerful is on the way. Keep pushing. Your miracle is already in motion. Pain is a signal, not a stop sign. When you feel pain, when life starts pressing you, when things stop going the way you planned, that's not the universe telling you to quit. That's the universe testing how bad you really want it. Most people misunderstand pain. They think pain means it's over, that something's wrong, that the dream isn't meant for them. But pain is proof that something is happening. It's proof that you're in motion, that you're growing, that you're breaking through the limits you used to live inside. See, every time you chase a goal, every time you decide to level up, you're asking life to stretch you. And stretching hurts. If it didn't, everybody would be great. If it didn't hurt, everybody would win. Pain is the tuition you pay for greatness. It's the fee for growth. It's the pressure that turns average into unstoppable. You've got to reprogram how you see it. When pain comes, don't run from it. Lean into it. Don't ask, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Because pain always has a lesson attached to it. You can't pray for strength and then complain when life gives you resistance. You can't ask for growth and then cry when life gives you growing pains. When you feel that sting, that frustration, that heartbreak, that rejection, that exhaustion, that's not the end. That's the beginning of transformation. It means something inside you is being refined. It means your old limits are being broken down so your new self can rise up. Think about it. Every muscle in your body grows through pain. When you work out, you tear the fibers in your muscles. It's painful. But that tearing, that soreness, that burn, that's how the muscle rebuilds stronger. The pain isn't punishment, it's preparation. The same is true for your dreams. Every setback, every failure, every sleepless night is a rep in the gym of destiny. You're being conditioned for the next level. The reason most people never see the miracle is because they misread the pain. They think the pain is a signal to stop, when in reality, it's a signal to push harder. You're one decision away from the breakthrough, but you'll never see it if you quit at the first sign of discomfort. The truth is, pain is often the last barrier before the blessing. It's life's way of saying, show me how serious you are. If you can endure this, if you can hold on through this season, then you've proven you're ready for what's next. Every champion you admire, every success story you look up to, had to go through pain. They all had moments when it would have been easier to walk away, but they saw pain differently. They didn't see it as the enemy. They saw it as the entry fee. They knew that pain doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to develop you. You've got to start seeing your pain that way. That heartbreak that broke you, it's building resilience. That failure that embarrassed you, it's teaching humility. That delay that frustrated you, it's sharpening your patience. Every ounce of pain you've experienced is preparing you for something greater than you can see. When life gets heavy, when it feels like everything's falling apart, stop and remind yourself, this pain has purpose. It's not random. It's not meaningless. It's a message. You're being molded, tested, refined. And when you come out of it, you'll realize that what you thought was breaking you was actually building you. So the next time pain knocks on your door, don't flinch. Don't run. Look it in the eye and say, I'm not backing down. Because the moment you stop seeing pain as a stop sign and start seeing it as a signal, that's the moment everything changes. That's when fear loses its grip. That's when you unlock another level of strength inside you. You've got to understand that pain isn't permanent. It's seasonal. It passes. But what it leaves behind, the wisdom, the strength, the confidence that stays with you forever. The people who make it to the top aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who could endure when it wasn't easy. They're the ones who treated pain as feedback, not failure. So don't let pain make you stop. Let it make you sharper. Let it remind you why you started. Let it push you closer to the person you're becoming. When you reframe pain as a signal, you take back your power. You stop waiting for easy and start embracing necessary. You stop asking for comfort and start chasing growth. And when that happens, nothing can stop you. Not the pain, not the pressure, not the problems. Because now you know the truth. Pain doesn't come to end you. It comes to elevate you. It's not a signal to quit. It's a sign that you're alive, you're growing, and your miracle is right around the corner. Breakthroughs come after breakdowns. You've got to understand that before the light comes, there's darkness. Before the victory, there's a fight. Before every major turning point, there's a season where everything seems to fall apart. Most people don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they can't endure the breakdown that comes before the breakthrough. They see the pressure, the chaos, the confusion, and they think that means they've lost. But that breakdown isn't a sign that it's over. It's a sign that you're close. It's proof that something inside you is shifting. When you're on the edge of transformation, life gets messy. You start losing things that used to make sense. People walk away. Opportunities fall through. Doors close. And you start asking, why now? Why me? But the truth is, everything breaking down around you is making room for something new to be built. The breakdown is part of the blueprint. It's life tearing down the weak foundation so you can rebuild on something stronger, something real. You've got to stop seeing breakdowns as setbacks and start seeing them as setups. When you're going through it, when nothing seems to be working, when you're tired, frustrated, and ready to give up, that's not failure. That's friction. That's growth trying to push through. You don't grow in calm seas. You grow when the waves hit, when the storm comes, when you've got to dig deep to stay afloat. That's when your faith gets tested. That's when your vision gets refined. That's when you discover what you're truly made of. Every breakthrough you've ever admired, every success story that inspired you, came with a breakdown before it. The athlete who became a champion had a season when they were injured, overlooked, counted out. The entrepreneur who built an empire went through nights of doubt, rejection, and fear. The person who found purpose went through pain that almost broke them. The breakdown always comes before the blessing because it's designed to strip away everything that doesn't belong at the next level. See, the breakdown hurts because it's separating you from your old self. It's pulling off the layers of doubt, insecurity, laziness, and fear that kept you stuck. It's uncomfortable because you're shedding an identity that can't carry the weight of your future. You can't walk into your breakthrough with a mindset built for survival. You need a mindset built for victory. And that's what the breakdown does. It forces you to evolve. When life starts breaking down, don't panic, don't run. Recognize what's happening. You're in transition. You're between who you were and who you're becoming. The in between feels like chaos because you're rebuilding from the inside out. But if you can endure that pressure, if you can stay focused through the noise, the breakthrough will come. It always does. You just have to stay long enough to see it. Think about a seed. Before it grows into a tree, it breaks. The outer shell has to crack open. That's the breakdown. It's dark, it's uncomfortable, it's buried. But inside that breaking is new life forming. If you stop the process there, you'd think the seed was dying, but it's actually transforming. That's how life works. Your breakdown isn't your ending, it's your becoming. The problem is, too many people quit during the breakdown. They throw away their dream because it doesn't look like it's working. They give up right before the miracle, right before the shift. But the moment you decide to hold on, the moment you refuse to let go, that's when the tide turns. That's when the breakthrough starts to reveal itself. You can't microwave purpose. You can't skip the pain. You've got to go through it to grow through it. Every storm runs out of rain. Every night turns to morning. Every breakdown has an expiration date. The question is, can you survive the process? Can you keep showing up when everything in you says, stop? Because if you can, you'll see that every tear, every loss, every heartbreak was pushing you toward a version of yourself you didn't even know existed. Your breakthrough isn't coming from comfort. It's coming from endurance. It's coming from that moment you decide, no matter what, I'm not quitting. That's when something shifts. That's when life says, okay, you're ready. You can't experience resurrection without a little dying first. You can't experience strength without weakness. You can't experience joy without some pain. So the next time your life feels like it's falling apart, remember it's actually falling into place. The pieces are being rearranged so the picture can finally make sense. You might not see it right now, but your breakdown is birthing your breakthrough. The key is to stay in the fight. Keep showing up. Keep believing. Because the moment you feel like you can't go any further is usually the moment right before everything changes. The breakdown is not your failure. It's your foundation. It's life's way of proving that what's coming is worth fighting for. So don't curse the breakdown. Don't resist it. Let it do its work. Let it build the strength, the clarity, and the grit you'll need for your breakthrough. Because once you've gone through it, once you've survived it, once you've come out the other side, you'll realize the pain wasn't punishment. It was preparation. And the very thing that tried to break you will be the reason you rise. Faith and consistency create miracles. You can talk about dreams all you want, but if you don't have faith when it's dark and consistency when it's dry, you'll never see the promise. Faith is believing when you can't see it. Consistency is showing up when you don't feel it. When you put those two together, belief and discipline, you unlock the impossible. Most people have one or the other. Some believe, but they don't move. Others move, but they don't believe. You've got to marry both. You've got to have the faith to see the vision and the consistency to grind for it every single day. Faith isn't just positive thinking. It's not just saying, I believe it will happen. It's proving your belief with action. Faith says, even if I don't see the results yet, I'm still gonna act like it's coming. It's showing up to the gym when you're tired. It's studying when nobody's watching. It's putting in the work when there's no applause. Faith doesn't wait for evidence, it creates it. But faith alone isn't enough. You've got to be consistent. Because a seed of faith planted without consistent care will die. You can't just believe one day and disappear the next. The dream grows in the soil of repetition. Every day you show up, you water it. Every time you push through your excuses, you feed it. Every time you do the right thing when nobody's looking, you build momentum. Consistency is the silent power that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. The truth is, life rewards the ones who refuse to give up, not the ones who move fast. Some of you are sprinting when you should be walking. You start strong, but quit when it gets slow. You want the miracle, but you don't want the process. The miracle doesn't come to those who want it once. It comes to those who are willing to work for it daily. The grind isn't glamorous. It's repetitive. It's quiet. But it's in that repetition that faith becomes fact. Faith says, I know this is working even if I can't see it yet. Consistency says, I'm going to keep working even if I don't feel it yet. Together, they create momentum that can't be stopped. That's how mountains move. That's how doors open. That's how miracles manifest, not by luck, not by talent, but by staying faithful to the process and consistent with the work. The problem with many people is they treat their dreams like a mood. When they feel motivated, they're all in. But when it gets hard, they disappear. That's not consistency. Consistency is when your commitment outlasts your emotions. It's when you say, I made a promise to myself and I'm not breaking it just because it's uncomfortable. The most powerful people aren't always the most talented. They're the ones who stayed the longest. You've got to understand that faith and consistency don't produce overnight success. They build momentum over time. It's like pushing a boulder up a hill. At first, it feels impossible. You're sweating, struggling, questioning yourself. But if you keep pushing inch by inch, one day it starts to roll on its own. That's the miracle. Not some sudden event, but the result of relentless effort meeting unshakable belief. When you look at people who've achieved greatness, it wasn't because they never doubted. They had faith when doubt screamed louder. It wasn't because they never failed. They failed, but they stayed consistent through it. They didn't stop praying, didn't stop working, didn't stop believing. That combination, faith when it's hard, consistency when it's boring, that's the formula for miracles. Faith gives you vision, consistency gives you traction. Faith shows you what's possible. Consistency turns possible into real. One without the other is wasted energy. If you believe but don't move, your dream dies in your imagination. If you move without belief, you burn out before you see results. But when faith fuels your consistency, you become unstoppable. You move with purpose. You act with confidence. You endure with patience. There will be days when nothing works, days when the doors stay closed, days when people walk away. On those days, faith keeps you standing. It reminds you that the vision is still alive. And consistency keeps you building, even when the applause is gone. You've got to trust that your effort is adding up, that your obedience to the process is creating something powerful behind the scenes. Because it is. Miracles don't just happen randomly. They happen when preparation meets faith. When you've been consistent long enough for your work to align with your belief, something supernatural takes place. The opportunities show up, the right people appear, the timing aligns. It looks like magic, but it's really math. Faith plus consistency equals manifestation. So don't stop just because it's slow. Don't doubt just because it's silent. Keep your faith alive and your habits consistent. Every day you show up, every time you push through resistance, you're building a foundation that can't be shaken. The miracle isn't in the big moment. It's in the small daily decisions to keep believing and keep going. Faith and consistency create miracles. Believe it before you see it and work for it until you do. Because when your belief fuels your behavior and your behavior honors your belief, the impossible becomes inevitable. The middle builds the miracle. Everybody wants the promise, but nobody wants the process. Everybody wants the celebration, but not the construction. The truth is the middle, that messy, painful, uncertain part between where you started and where you want to go. That's where the real transformation happens. The middle is where you're tested, shaped, and refined. It's where faith turns from words into muscle. It's where you find out who you really are when the hype is gone and the grind is all that's left. See, in the beginning, it's easy to be excited. You've got energy, vision, passion, momentum. At the end, when you finally win, you've got celebration, recognition, applause. But in the middle, it's quiet, it's confusing, it's lonely. It's where most people lose themselves because it doesn't look like anything's happening. You've been working for weeks, months, maybe years, and it feels like nothing's changing. That's where people start to doubt. That's where they start saying, maybe this isn't for me. But that's the trap. The middle is where miracles are made, not where they're lost. The middle is pressure, it's pain, it's persistence. It's where dreams either die or develop. You can't skip it. You can't fast forward through it. The middle is necessary because it strips away the illusions. It forces you to grow up, to focus, to fight for what you said you wanted. You can't fake it in the middle. That's why it's so uncomfortable, because it exposes you. It shows you your limits, your weaknesses, your habits, your mindset. But if you endure it, if you stay in it, that's when the breakthrough happens. The middle feels like a mess because it's building the message. You can't inspire anyone if you've never been through anything. You can't lead others through pain if you've never survived it yourself. The middle gives you the testimony. It gives you the strength, the wisdom, and the empathy you'll need for the blessing. You think you're stuck, but you're actually being sculpted. Every struggle, every delay, every disappointment is shaping you into the person capable of handling the miracle. People love to talk about success stories, but they skip over the middle chapters. The grind, the sacrifice, the confusion, the self-doubt. They forget that every great outcome was born in obscurity. The athlete trains for years before the championship. The artist creates countless drafts before the masterpiece. The entrepreneur faces rejection after rejection before the breakthrough deal. The middle isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's the fire that purifies the gold. When you're in the middle, it feels endless. You wake up tired. You go to bed frustrated. You question if your effort even matters. But that's exactly when you need to dig in. The middle is where most people quit because they can't see the finish line. They don't realize that every step, every failure, every setback is getting them closer. The miracle is in motion. You just can't see it yet. The middle tests your patience, your discipline, your belief. It asks, do you really want it? Or were you just excited when it was easy? You got to learn to respect the middle, to honor it. Because what you do there determines how strong you'll stand when the miracle arrives. If you cheat the process, you cheapen the outcome. The middle builds character. It teaches endurance. It toughens your spirit. And when the reward comes, you'll appreciate it because you paid the full price in perseverance. The middle doesn't last forever, but while you're in it, you've got to stay faithful. Keep moving, even when the progress is invisible. Keep believing even when the results don't show, because what's happening behind the scenes is bigger than what you can see. You're developing skills, maturity, and resilience that will sustain your success later. You might not be winning publicly, but you're winning privately. And that's the kind of victory that lasts. When you finally come out of the middle, you'll realize something powerful. The middle wasn't the obstacle. It was the opportunity. It built your focus. It built your faith. It built your hunger. Without the middle, the miracle wouldn't mean anything. The process gives the promise its value. The struggle gives success its soul. So if you're in the middle right now, if it's dark, if it's heavy, if it feels like nothing's working, don't quit. Don't walk away. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. The miracle needs a foundation, and that foundation is being built right now inside you. Keep pushing. Keep showing up. Keep believing that the middle is not the end of your story. It's the making of it. Because one day, you'll look back and realize the middle was the best part. It was where you found your strength, where you grew your faith, where you became who you were meant to be. The miracle wasn't just the reward at the end. It was the person you became along the way. The middle builds the miracle, and the miracle begins with you refusing to give up in the middle. You've come too far to quit now. You've cried, you've fought, you've sacrificed. Don't throw all that away just because it's hard right now. The pain you feel, the struggle you face, the frustration that's building inside you, all of that is part of your process. It's not here to break you, it's here to build you. Every step you've taken has brought you closer, even when it didn't look like it. Every sleepless night, every failure, every setback, none of it was wasted. It's all adding up to something bigger than you can see. See, too many people give up when the pressure hits. They think the challenge means they're losing, but in reality, it means they're almost there. You've got to understand that the enemy doesn't fight you for where you are. He fights you for where you're going. The opposition you're feeling is confirmation that you're on the right path. If you were going nowhere, life wouldn't bother testing you. But because there's greatness inside you, because there's purpose on your life, you're going to be tested. You're going to be stretched. You're going to be pushed to the edge. And that's exactly where your miracle begins. You can't give up in the middle of the miracle. That's the whole message. You can't stop just because it's dark. You can't retreat just because it hurts. Pain is not permanent. It's temporary. It's the price of transformation. It's life asking, how bad do you want it? And if you can push through the pain, if you can keep moving, even when it burns, everything changes. Because on the other side of that pain is power. On the other side of that fight is freedom. On the other side of that valley is victory. I need you to hear me. The miracle doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens in the moments when you want to quit, but you don't. When you want to cry, but you keep going. When you want to walk away, but you remind yourself why you started. That's the difference between those who dream and those who do. Dreamers talk about it. Doors stay in the fire until the gold shines. You're being refined right now. It's not punishment. It's preparation. You're not losing, you're learning. You're not being buried. You're being planted. The same dirt that covers a seed is the same environment where it grows. One day you're going to look back and realize that what you thought was the end was actually the beginning. That moment you were ready to quit. That's when everything was about to turn around. But you won't see it if you stop now. You can't let your emotions make permanent decisions in a temporary storm. You've got to hold on to your vision when the world says let go. You've got to hold on to your faith when your circumstances say it's over. Because the storm always ends, and when it does, you'll still be standing stronger, wiser, and more focused than ever. You were not created to live an average life. You were built to overcome. You were designed to endure. You've got something in you that can't be destroyed. It can only be developed. So don't shrink when it gets hard. Don't run when it gets tough. This is your season to rise, to push, to fight for your miracle. You can't pray for the blessing and run from the burden. You can't ask for greatness and then hide from growth. The middle, the pain, the process, it's all molding you for the moment that's coming. When you walk through this season, walk with your head up. Walk like you know your miracle is in motion. Walk like you know everything you've endured is leading to something. The delay isn't denial, it's development. You're not behind, you're being built. Keep showing up. Keep believing. Keep grinding. Because the miracle doesn't show up when you want it. It shows up when you're ready for it. And every time you refuse to quit, every time you decide to stay in the fight, you get closer. So don't stop. Don't back down. Don't quit in the middle. You're almost there. You're standing in the hallway between the prayer and the promise, between the trial and the triumph. Keep your faith strong, keep your focus sharp, and keep your consistency unshaken. Your miracle is coming, not someday, not maybe, it's already on its way. All you've got to do is not give up in the middle of it. Because when you stay the course, when you push past the pain, when you hold on just a little longer, the miracle doesn't just show up, it shows off. And when it does, you'll know it was all worth it.